Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem also announced that she's recommending a sweeping travel ban on every country that she claims is sending dangerous people to the US. Now, this, of course, comes after that horrific attack last week on the eve of Thanksgiving, where an Afghan national allegedly shot 2 National Guard members in Washington, D.C., just blocks away from the White House. And Ami, again, raising concerns around the vetting process under Biden. I'd like to get your thoughts on that and if the travel ban is the right move at the moment.
Look, it's a horrific story, obviously, from a number of angles. I do believe that the people who helped us in Afghanistan, right? This guy, for example, worked with the CIA, and he was part of a very special squad that helped the CIA take out guys who were killing our troops. I think those people should be looked at and strongly recommended to come to the U.S. through a vetting process, of course. The problem is, the larger problem is that it seemed like he was radicalized here. The blame game, the vetting, the not vetting, okay, it's a fair fight, fair argument. But the truth is that it seems like he was radicalized while he was here, which is a much, much bigger problem, because you can ban people, right? You can have a travel ban. You can stop people from coming in here. The problem is that we already have a large group of people here, and if they're being radicalized internally, that is much more difficult to stop. Okay, that is a much, much larger problem for us. And we have to come to terms with our immigration process. I am pro-immigration. I am a product of immigration. Immigration is good for our country. It is necessary for our country. It doesn't mean everyone has a ticket to come here. Not everyone has a golden ticket. We have to be judicious on who we allow, who we don't allow. And that is not non-American to say our borders are open for everybody, okay? It's never the way we were. It's not the way we are. And it will not help us in the future if that's the tack we're going to take, like it was on the Democrats.
Yeah, well said. Look, finally, Mamdani, Socialist New York City Mayor-elect, Zoran Mamdani, he's less than a month away from being sworn in, and he's recently appointed Tamika Malloy, a defund the police activist, to his transition team. I'm shocked, Ami. I didn't see that one coming. Can I get your reaction?
Yeah, I mean, look, this guy is going to give us fodder and things to talk about for 4 years. So in that way, I kind of appreciate him, okay? The problem is I live in New York. You don't, Gabriella. So I have to deal with this, and you don't have to. I mean, I'm not sure why we're talking about Tamika and her abolish the police policies, because Mamdani himself is abolish the police. You know, again, a couple of quotes that bear repeating. Mamdani, when asked about violent felonies, he said, "Violence is an artificial construct." No, it's not. He was asked about prison reform. He said, "I don't know why we need prison." These are his direct quotes. Maybe my favorite, and the one that vexes me the most, I'm not even sure I fully understand it, was when he said, "When the boot of the NYPD is on your throat, it's laced by the IDF." That's a twofer, right? I love that one because it's both anti-police and anti-Semitic. But no, Tamika is incredibly problematic, right? She is also a fan of Farrakhan, one of the great anti-Semites of the United States living today. And by the way, his entire team is full of these people. Basically, the DSA, the Democratic Socialists of America, is their like farm team, right? I don't know if you guys know what that is in Australia, but it's a baseball term. Like that's where their recruiting arm for Mamdani's transition team. This guy, Alex Vitale, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right. This guy is the OG abolish the police. He literally wrote the book on it when he wrote a book called End of Policing. This guy is on his transition team as well. Yeah, I think Mamdani's been fronting that I'm not a radical. Like, he's not fronting he's a centrist, but he's fronting like, I'm not a crazy radical. Yeah, nothing could be further from the truth. He is going to make Bill de Blasio look like Ronald Reagan. We are in for a ride.
Yeah, absolutely. Ami Horowitz, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.